It was the kind of street that seemed peaceful during the day, but as soon as dusk descended, a chilling atmosphere crept over Oakwood Lane. Locals spoke of an unsettling history shrouding the area, with whispers of unsolved disappearances and eerie apparitions that haunted the darkest corners. Those who dared to walk alone at night often reported inexplicable encounters that sent shivers down their spines. One chilling account came from a young woman named Emily, who had just moved into a charming Victorian house on Oakwood Lane. Despite her excitement about her new home, she couldn't ignore the subtle sounds of footsteps that echoed throughout the empty corridors at night. She attributed them to mere settling noises, but as the days passed, the footsteps grew louder and more pronounced. One moonlit night, Emily awoke to the sensation of being watched. Groggily, she turned her head towards the bedroom door, only to find a shadowy figure standing there, its eyes reflecting an otherworldly glow. Frozen in fear, she couldn't move or scream, her voice seemingly stolen by the terror that gripped her soul. The apparition, known as the Watcher, tormented her with its presence night after night, pushing her to the brink of insanity. Another harrowing tale centered around Mr. Wilson, an elderly man who had lived on Oakwood Lane for decades. He often spoke of strange occurrences in his home, where objects would mysteriously rearrange themselves, and cold drafts would sweep through the rooms, even on the warmest days. His stories were dismissed as the ramblings of an old man until one fateful night when he vanished without a trace. A thorough search yielded no leads, and the street acquired a reputation of swallowing its residents. Among the most disturbing legends was that of a malevolent spirit haunting the rundown house at the end of the street. Locals avoided it like the plague, as tales of blood-curdling screams and malevolent laughter echoed from its dilapidated walls. The legend went that anyone who entered never returned, forever trapped within its spectral clutches. One night, a group of curious teenagers decided to investigate the abandoned house for themselves. Armed with cameras and flashlights, they ventured into the darkness, determined to debunk the urban legend. As they tiptoed through the decaying rooms, they felt an oppressive aura closing in around them. Suddenly, one of the teenagers let out a piercing scream as claw-like marks appeared on her arm seemingly out of nowhere. Terrified, they rushed for the exit, but the door slammed shut, trapping them inside. Panic consumed them as they desperately sought an escape, but the malevolent entity seemed to feed on their fear, manifesting itself in grotesque forms around them. In the morning, only two of the teenagers emerged from the house, their faces pale and haunted. They recounted their traumatic ordeal, but the scars etched into their souls would never fade. The others were never seen again. Oakwood Lane's ominous reputation continued to grow, attracting paranormal enthusiasts and thrill-seekers from afar. Some believed the street sat on an ancient burial ground, disturbed by urban development, awakening vengeful spirits seeking retribution. As time went on, the horrors on Oakwood Lane never relented, and the street's malevolence seemed to intensify, driving more residents to flee. Despite numerous investigations by experts and paranormal researchers, no rational explanations were ever found, leaving the street's chilling secrets locked within its haunted confines. So, if you ever find yourself near Oakwood Lane after the sun sets, beware. For the tales of horror that envelop this cursed street are not merely stories, they are warnings, begging you to stay away from the malevolent forces that lurk in the shadows.